My husband stopped eating and I thought he was dying. Turns out he was just making me take care of myself. Last month was absolute hell. Our dog Max had a seizure that lasted over 20 minutes, the longest I've ever seen. He spent 3 days in the animal hospital at $200 per night, hooked up to IVs while they ran every test imaginable. We barely got him home when a pipe burst inside our wall and flooded half the house. Water damage, ruined furniture, mold inspection, the whole nightmare. Then my husband fell off a ladder while trying to salvage our bookshelf and broke his arm in 2 places. The ER doctor said he'd need surgery to put pins in. With his arm in a cast from shoulder to wrist, I became everything. The only one working full-time, cooking every meal, doing all the cleaning, handling insurance claims that made 0 cents, juggling vet follow-ups and his physical therapy appointments 3 times a week. Somewhere in that chaos, I completely stopped taking care of myself. It wasn't intentional, it just happened. It started small, skipping breakfast because I was rushing to get him to his 7 a.m. physical therapy. Then I'd work through lunch while on hold with the insurance company for 90 minutes. Dinner became whatever I could throw together in 10 minutes while also giving Max his medication. By day 5, I realized I hadn't showered since Tuesday. My hair was in the same greasy ponytail. I'd been wearing the same sweatpants for 3 days. Then my husband stopped eating, just completely stopped. First dinner, he pushed his plate away untouched, said he wasn't hungry, his stomach felt off. I figured it was the pain medication messing with his appetite. The bottle did say nausea was a possible side effect. Next morning, same thing. Made him scrambled eggs and toast, his favorite. He took 1 bite and set down his fork. Said he just couldn't. I started panicking. Called the pharmacist, asked if his meds could cause appetite loss. She said it was uncommon but possible. Suggested trying smaller portions. Day 3, he barely touched his breakfast. Didn't eat lunch. At dinner, I made his mom's chicken soup recipe, the one that always made him feel better. He lifted the spoon to his lips and put it back down. I was terrified something was seriously wrong beyond the broken arm. Maybe internal bleeding they'd missed at the ER. Maybe a reaction to the medication. I called his surgeon's office and left an urgent message. That's when I started noticing other things. The water bottles I'd been setting next to him, completely full. Every single one, untouched. The snacks I'd left by his chair, unopened. Day 4, I couldn't take it anymore. I sat down next to him on the couch and said, "Please tell me what's wrong. I'm scared. Are you in pain? Is it the medication? Do we need to go back to the hospital?" He just looked at me with this completely calm expression. "When did you last eat today?" he asked. I opened my mouth to answer and realized I hadn't. Not since yesterday's dinner. It was 6 p.m. "When did you shower last?" I counted backward. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days ago. "How much water have you had today?" "None." I'd been too busy running between his appointments and work calls and dealing with the contractor. "That's what's wrong with me," he said quietly. "I decided 3 days ago that I'm only drinking if you drink. Only eating if you eat. Glass for glass, meal for meal." I just stared at him, not understanding. "You'd never let me go 5 days without a shower," he continued. "You'd never let me skip meals or go all day without water. So why do you let yourself?" I figured if matching you meant I stopped eating and drinking, maybe you'd finally notice what you're doing to yourself. I started crying right there in the kitchen. Not sad crying, just this overwhelming rush of realizing someone cared about me that much. He said, "I know you're taking care of everyone else. I see how hard you're working, but you can't pour from an empty cup and you're running on fumes. Now every morning we have a deal. I pour myself a glass of water, he pours himself one. I drink, he drinks. I make breakfast. We eat together even if it's just toast. I take a shower every other day minimum, and he times me to make sure I actually do it. It's been 2 weeks and I feel human again. My skin doesn't itch, my headaches are gone. I actually have energy." Last night he said something that broke me in the best way. "You take such good care of everyone else. Someone needs to take care of you. Even if that someone has to be me manipulating you into it. I don't know what I did to deserve someone who loves me like that."